some more bread.
Here, I have bread.
Okay. Lady, get out of my face right now.
The caption said, customer loses her mind. What did it say?
Right now.
Yeah, customer loses her mind over EBT benefits.
My face right now.
Decline.
Oh, God.
Let me try one more time.
Oh, come on, lady. It's declined because you're not supposed to have
You just wait a minute.
It's not even her money.
Mind your business. I'm talking to
It
her.
is my business. It's my money.
What do you mean, your money?
Because it's SNAP benefits. It's I pay my taxes because I work. I work a very hard.
Lady, just be quiet.
Yeah, and
Let me see. Try it one more time. Be quiet.
Does it work?
Decline.
Do you
Yeah,
want
say
to
decline.
manually?
You know what? Get out of my way.
Excuse me?
Get out of my way. Out of my way. Sir, I got this. Oh, right here. We're running
You
the
paying
shower.
for it?
Yeah.
Paying for my...
Oh, it's covered.
No, this just encourages her to go off and have 50 babies.
Lady, get out of my face right now.
The government is leeching.
You know what?
She's disgusting.
You're
really
out of line. You're very out of line.
This woman has a meltdown because her EBT card was rejected.
I don't have them, so you want to do.
It gets worse.
Oh my God. Is the police on the way?
If you're willing to do this, just steal. If you're going to trash the store, just steal the stuff. It's the same result. It's less trouble. And you can kind of extrapolate it. Imagine if EBT got fully shut down for all of society, there'd be chaos.
Yeah.
And then
Mama. All right, put your seatbelt on. Put your seatbelt on. And put your feet down. What is it now? Hey, just get on in here so we can go. Oh, y'all got your seatbelts on?
Where we about to go?
We're going to the meat market, Silver.
I thought that's where we was going. I was just talking to Miss Mary, and I told her we was about to go to the meat market, and she wanted to know if you can buy
I
her.
told y'all to stop telling folks my damn business. It ain't none of her business where I'm about to go to. That's why people keep asking stuff. What does she want now?
She said, if you could get her a pack of meat.
A pack of meat?
Yeah, she said she'll pay you back next month when she
got some gas money?
She said she don't
next month.
Mama, that's when she get her check, Mama. She
So
don't
look,
got
the
nothing
lady
right
just
now.
got her stamps 2 days ago, and you trying to tell me she need a pack of meat?
Yes, ma'am. Mama, you know she just had a 4th of July cookout.
What the hell they got to do with me? So she done used up all her EBT on the 4th of July to serve whoever, and now she need a pack of meat 2 days later, and she want me to buy it?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, and she also sold her stamps too to make sure she had the decoration.
I know you fucking lying, girl. Stop playing with me. I'm gonna drop up on them every month.
She sold her stamps. Goodness gracious. This is such a low level conversation to begin with. It's like let's talk about some actual things. Good. Oh my goodness. First of all, who's finna sit here over a pack of meat and be waiting a month to make sure they get paid back over that? Who got time to even have the bandwidth? And then for me to have to come remind you to pay me back my money over a pack of meat. No, you go get your own pack of meat. That don't got nothing to do with me, man. These neighbors, you getting a little too neighborly if that's the case. That's too much. We just doing too much altogether. Obviously, we don't even have to address the fraud and the implications of that. It's just weird. Y'all, before we get back into it, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. It only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you can hype the video as well. And then I did also just launch the Clips channel, and I post on there 3 times a day. So if you all can go over there and subscribe, it's Divine X Unbound Clips. And I will also link it in the pinned comment as well with the link. So if you can click that link and go over there and subscribe, we're trying to get it to 4,000 watch hours before February 1st.
had the
Too love.
decoration.
I know you fucking lying. Girl, stop playing with me. I'm gonna drop off on them every motherfucking time. Ain't no way in the hell Miss Mary finna get a pack of meat out of me. I got 5 children to take care of. Ain't no way in the hell. I'm finna sit here and make sure this lady got what she need. And she didn't even make sure she had what she need. Damn the 4th of July.
Ooh. That was a bar. That was a bar. But it was an ironic bar, ma'am. It was an ironic bar. And it was, funny enough, a little bit of a hypocritical bar that I think went right over your head. Listen to this again.
And make sure this lady got what she needs out of me. I got 5 children to take care of. Ain't no way in the hell. I'm finna sit here and make sure this lady got what she need. And she didn't even make sure she had what she need. Damn the 4th of July.
Yeah, that's how taxpayers feel about a lot of y'all. Why we gotta make sure you get our tax dollars before you even make sure that you can take care of your own life. You got 5 kids. Why we gotta care more about your kids than you care about your kids? Because if you cared about your kids, you would have cared about the first kid or the second kid before you start having these other ones that you can't take care of, making the situation harder for the ones you already had, as well as your own life. There's so many ways we can extrapolate this, but it's very ironic, man. It's very ironic. You're saying, why should I care about her life before she even cares about her life? Yes. Why should we fund y'all's lives, your life as well, when you don't even care about your life to stop sabotaging it and putting self-inflicted wounds on yourself that makes your own life harder? So it was a bar. I'm going to give you your credit, but it's also a bar that you need to reflect on and look at it at your own life as well.
Make sure she had what she needed. Damn the 4th of July. You needed to take care of yourself and your household, but you sit here having cookouts, celebrations, when you don't have it.
But you don't take care of yourself and your household. We take care of yourself and your household.
Now 2 days later, you want to borrow some meat? How does that even work? You want to borrow? Do you say she want to borrow some meat?
That is weird.
She wants
That's
you to
weird.
buy it and then she'll pay you back next month.
That sound like borrowing to me.
That's borrowing, basically.
No. Why don't you just tell these people no? Why don't you just tell these people, you know what? I know my mama gonna say no.
Mama, I just don't want to be mean. I just want to help everybody.
Well, that's gonna get you fucked up in life, okay? People gonna take your kindness for a weakness, and you gonna be one ran over little girl. You can't help everybody. I keep telling you that. Miss Mary knew better than to have that damn cookout. She knew better than to sit there and have a
Mama is kind of wise in a ghetto way, but she's wise. She's actually well, she be pouring a little bit into. Hey, man, I see some people they have kids. They don't got nothing to offer kids as far as what they can pour into them. They just be surviving with kids. She actually be pouring into her kids a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. She pouring some good little street smarts to her kids. She is. But at the same time, she's being she sounds hypocritical about what she's saying because she don't even realize she's the same thing that she's advocating against. Watch.
You can't help everybody. I keep telling you that. Miss Mary knew better than to have that damn cookout.
You can't help everybody. I keep telling you that. Why are we helping you then? And you said she knew better than to have that damn cookout, but you're on government assistance. You should have known better than to have 5 kids. So should we be looking at you like that? When you say, oh, I have 5 kids, I don't know where we're going to stay. We need help. We're not going to be able to survive. Should we say, well, we can't help everybody, ma'am. You should have known better than to have all these kids. She don't even realize all this stuff applies to her. But it's good advice nonetheless.
I ran over little girl. You can't help everybody. I keep telling you that. Miss Mary knew better than to have that damn cookout. She knew better than to sit there and have a party. She knew better than to give all she had. If you're going to have a party, make sure people are bringing stuff. Now you need a pack of beef. She need to call them motherfuckers that was at that party.
If you're going to have kids, make sure you can take care of them.
And ask each and every one of them, can you buy me a pack of meat? And that's how she get her damn meat back. Get that goddamn camera out my face too. I told you about that shit. It's too hot out here. I'm not in the mood. Miss Mary ain't getting shit. And you gonna piss me off for a minute now. Here wrong with you. What you think I got it like that? Baby, I'm strangling my damn self.
Why you think the government got it like that? The government is in debt our damn self. The government is in a deficit its damn self. Year after year. See, debt and a deficit is two totally different things. Debt means we owe a lot of people. Deficit means even after what we make in taxes at the end of every year, we're still in the negative, which is contributing to us owing more to other people, as well as the interest accruing.
Here wrong with you. What you think I got it like that? Baby, I'm strangling my damn self. Y'all eat me out of house and home and you want me to go.
Why you think the taxpayers got it like that? We struggling our damn self. And you eating us out of house and home with all these taxes.
Got an email from EBT. I used to
Oh, wow.
email from
His caption says, I'm not working for nobody. The truth about EBT and work.
EBT. I used to get $740 a month for my two kids, and we not getting EBT no more. They took the EBT. They saying I got to work 20 hours a week. I'm not working for nobody. Get the fuck out of here. This is what Americans, taxpayer, work for us. They work for me. They got to help me feed my kids. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be quitters now. Y'all been helping us all this time. Now y'all want to tap out. Get the fuck out of here.
My bro, my guy. I mean, geez. Your first mindset is that, hey, taxpayers, just because you've been paying for me this whole time, don't stop now. Don't stop now. Bro, you can't have that mindset. Come on, man. You got to say, hey, you got two kids to take care of. You got to say, hey, if the benefits being taken away from me, what can I do to go get something? What job can I find? They want you working 20 hours a week, and the first thing you do is say, hey, no, these people have been paying for me. Why are they going to stop now?
I want my EBT, yo. I want my EBT, and I'm not working for nobody. I'm a boss. What the look like working? When the government is here to help. Come on. Y'all send all that money to Iraq, Ukraine. Y'all funding all these wars. But when it's time to help the Americans, y'all don't want to help us. I need my EBT.
Well, first of all, the 20, see, they need to stop calling it the work requirements. They shouldn't even never called it that because it's not even really accurate. First off, 20 hours is a part-time anyway work. So it really, if you're going to call it work requirements, it should be part-time work requirements because it ain't even real work requirements. It ain't full-time. So that's one. Second off, why they shouldn't call it work requirements is because, sir, okay, if you want to have this philosophy that you don't work, that's not the only option. You got at least 3 of them for the 20 hours. And so if you're a boss, okay, well, a lot of bosses, a lot of people who do well in life, what do they start to delve into? Philanthropy. And so therefore, okay, you're a boss and you don't work for nobody. Well, guess what another thing you can go do for 20 hours is? You can go volunteer for 20 hours for a good cause. The same way we're volunteering to you and have been in the form of our tax dollars going to your EBT. If it's really that philosophical for you and it's a principle that you just don't work for nobody, well, go volunteer for some good charitable causes then, because that's also an option that you can do for 20 hours. Sounds like you just don't want to do nothing is what it sounds like. Okay, you know what else you can do? You can do job training. Why don't you go take some marketing training? Why don't you go take some sales training? I'm sure that would directly come back. Why don't you go take some accounting job training? Because that's another thing you can do for the 20 hours. I'm sure that will directly help your business and you can just show those hours and then that'll still qualify. You got a lot of options. I don't know why we keep calling it work requirements. Man, y'all still got a lot of options. And for the longest, it's been unregulated. So that's why a lot of people feel entitled because it's been unregulated. So now they're not used to this. But things were sweet for a long time. And when things are like that, you're supposed to just look back on the past and be like, dang, I had it good, but I really should have saw this coming because I was having it too good to begin with.
Ain't on that yet. Y'all gotta fix this now.
The caption says, this lady just showed out at the food stamp office about her food stamps not coming.
Y'all gotta fix this now. I don't have nothing to do with that shutdown. I'm stressed out. I'm a single mama and I'm helping other people kids. Now I need my stamps now. I ain't gonna keep going through this. I'm already going through a lot of pain. Okay, now here's my 5th time coming down. I had an interview and all. Now this ain't fair how y'all doing people. This ain't fair. I done been out.
Ma'am, you too old to be talking about fair. You too old to be talking about what's not fair. You're really too old to have that red wig on. But you dang sure too old to be talking about what's not fair. When I was a kid, people used to be trying to teach me life ain't fair. That term has been around since the beginning of time. I know you done heard it, and I know that you know it. Life ain't fair, man. What you talking about? You live in a country. Other countries don't have all these programs like y'all been exploiting for all this time. That ain't fair. You know life ain't fair. So don't be talking about fair. Newsflash, if anybody doesn't know that life isn't fair, life isn't fair. It's not. In a lot of ways. In a lot of ways. In many ways, and you got to navigate it the best that you can. That's why you got to try to make the best decisions that you can.
How y'all doing people? This ain't fair. I done been out back there. Y'all done did my interview and all that. I still ain't got my steps. Still ain't got my steps. Y'all done let the people shut down the government. Now they ain't gonna give me my steps.
It's so sad.
And I don't want to go to jail. Because that's where I'm going next when it comes to these babies. Now I gotta go steal and shit. Now I gotta go steal food to put in my house. Y'all ain't got no boxes of food.
If you go steal food, ma'am, that's not fair. It ain't fair from who you stole from. What did they do to anybody to where they got to get stolen from, and ultimately that has to affect their bottom line? You got to go steal? Who you going to steal from? You going to steal from another person? You going to go in somebody's house and steal? Or you going to go in an establishment? That ain't fair. That ain't fair that you go and steal from somebody. I want to talk about fair. That's not fair on the person that you stole from. They didn't deserve that.
Shit. Now I gotta go steal food to put in my house. Y'all ain't got no boxes of food here? Y'all ain't got no food to give me? Y'all don't have nothing to give me? Don't be recording me, Mel. Don't be
Why ain't
recording
these
me.
people placed like that?
Don't record me. They know that yet.
You know what ain't fair either? I'm sure that you've been getting assistance from all type of different directions, from all type of different programs. It don't even got to be just government programs. They got assistance programs, just private, and just from nonprofits and local programs. They got shelters designated only for women. Since you want to talk about fairness, ma'am, a lot of men don't even qualify for a lot of the programs that you probably qualify and have actually exploited within your lifetime. Since we talk about fair, people need to grow up and mature. This woman is definitely at least 50 years old. And no wisdom whatsoever, from what I can tell off of a first impression. And just, it doesn't seem mature. Even the fact that you would just have a, outrage within an establishment like this over something that you're not even righteously vindicated to be complaining about.
Somebody caught it on camera that someone received $23,000 loaded to their EBT card. Yeah, this video absolutely blew up. $23,000 was put on their EBT card following the reopening of the government.
For service, for English, press 1. Para español, for EBT, press 1. Enter the last 4 digits of your phone. Enter your PIN. Your SNAP balance is $23,235.
Again, I cannot verify the validity of this video, but damn, $23,000 on your EBT card? Seriously? And people started rejoicing.
And you know how crazy? Yeah, people can save their benefits. Ain't that crazy? I don't even think that should be legal for you to be able to save your EBT balance. But even if you made it illegal, and when I say illegal, I just mean that should be regulated as well. But even if you regulated that, all that would happen is people would just spend it, and they probably even buy stuff that they can still sell to still be able to convert it to cash. And speaking of converted to cash, you know that's exactly what they're probably going to do. They're going to convert it to cash. If you got $23,000 of EBT benefits, then we can pretty much say you could pretty easily convert that 23,000 in digital EBT funds. You could definitely turn that into 15K. And I would argue you could probably turn it into 18, 20K of real cold hard cash. And that's what a lot of people do. They'll sell these stuff for 50 cents on the dollar. But I would even argue with the way the groceries cost now, you even have a little more leverage where you could sell it for much more. For much more. People will still take that deal. And so what will probably happen, that's probably why they've been saving these balances, so that they can eventually just make one large transference and ultimately convert it into cold hard cash. Because the beautiful thing about EBT benefits is it's still going to hit again next month with a large portion. So it's not like you're giving away everything you need, and then they'll probably blow it. They'll probably blow it. Why do you think you see people on government assistance on all these cruises, taking vacations, whatever? That's why people are so outraged about it, because things have been so sweet for so long. And people had plans around these things. People had plans. They was looking real far out into the future. They had a vision for this. They was visionaries about this government assistance. Oh, we was going to make it out the hood with this. And you see stuff like that. The caption says, "Why are y'all so happy that so many children and elder people are about to be going without with this new bill?" No. You know what's funny? That so many children and elderly people are about to be going without with this new bill. You're not elderly, and you're not elderly, so why would you have a lot of children? If you apply to that aspect, as far as having a lot of children, well, why do you have a lot of children? Why do you have a lot of children? And you can't afford them. That's what we got to start asking. You asking us, why are we so happy that, people going to go without or whatever? First off, nobody said we're happy. It's just fairness. But since we're asking questions, now it's our turn. Why do you have so many children? What made you think that that was a good idea? What made you think that you were positioned for that? Since we're asking questions. Because we got a lot of questions now that we're in that flow of asking questions.
I'm only gonna speak on this because I'm a mom who receives food stamps. But it's so sad that y'all want to see people without so bad. They're doing that little cut to the food stamps and the Medicaid where it hasn't passed the Senate yet. But we know the whole Senate is Republican, so we already know. Let's just hope and pray that somebody in their right mind comes to that senses. You feel me? But it's the fact that y'all happy about this. Oh, now y'all can get y'all lazy up and stop living off our money for free. Y'all think people who receive government assistance don't work? Y'all think we don't work? Baby, housing done went up. The cost of living done went up. The food cost done went up. Daycare done went up. We out here damn near about to lose our lives trying to hustle and get money to go pay the bills.
Didn't Buddy just say he's a boss? He don't work? Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't we just have a grown man on here say that he's a boss and he don't work? And if y'all do work, because I see a lot of people complain about the work requirements, because a lot of this stuff really, it's not that y'all are losing benefits. It's just that it's becoming more regulated. And that's one of the biggest things that people complain about. The work requirements, which again, part-time work requirements. Part-time work requirements, 20 hours a week. So if you're already working what you should be working, like bottom standard, baseline standard, you got kids, don't tell me you're not working 40 hours a week. So if you're already doing that, then the 20-hour work week would never apply to you, right? No, y'all want to have options. Y'all want to have options, and you want there to be periods where you don't work. You want to have the option to not work. You want to be able to walk into your job and act like you got all the cards and be like, I don't need this job. I'd be better off without it. I'm incentivized not to have it.
I'm trying to hustle and get money to go pay the bills. That's why we need the government assistance. The car payments don't went up, car insurance don't went up, and it's gonna go up some more because tariffs. So where do y'all get, oh, people who on government assistance are poor, they're lazy, or they don't work? Where do y'all get that from? I think that's a stereotype y'all started because people in the hood or the projects or the trailer parks, yeah, y'all put that on everybody. No, that ain't how that work. Because I'm at work. I'm in school. I'm doing the best I can. I need my food stamps.
What you in school
But
for?
if they take it away, I'm going to do what I got to do to make ends meet. It ain't going to stop nothing.
Okay, well, if it's not.
So why you can't just do things in order? Why you can't just do things in order? Why you couldn't have went to school, got a good career, saved a little money for a little bit of time, then had kids, and ideally even kept the order of a family intact, which I'm pretty sure you probably don't have a family, i.e. a man also in the equation, which if you did, guess what would happen? You wouldn't need benefits anymore. You would have two incomes, and the man will be doing what a man's supposed to do, which is making sure that he provides and make sure that he's taking care of his family, and then you be just fine. But funny enough, what we'll often see, there will be multiple men in the equation who aren't in the equation. That sounded paradoxical. There will be multiple men in the equation who aren't in the equation. We'll see people who are single mothers, 3 kids, 3 different men, and aren't with any of the men, and then need to be taken care of by the government and decide that they want to be stay-at-home single mothers, which is also paradoxical. How is that possible? How is that possible? You just want everything, huh? It's not happening.
Nothing.
Okay, well, if it's not going to stop anything, then why are you concerned about it? Why is this a big deal if it's not going to stop nothing, if it's not going to stop the movement, if you're still going to do what you're going to do? And that means that you are already an able-bodied adult and that taxpayers shouldn't have to foot the bill in the first place. I think that these women are confused a lot of times, right? And the reason that they're confused.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? You know what's funny? Her main point was that everything's going up in the economy and it's hard. She said car insurance went up, all this. Yeah. Well, if that's the case, then that means all of us need food stamps, don't it? If everything's going up in the economy, do you think the economy only affects you? It only affects people with children. It only affects elderly. That would mean all of us need food stamps. And you know what's crazy? All the videos we watched, because she brought up the elderly, I didn't see no elderly people. Typically, when we do this, you don't really see elderly people complain about this. A lot of times they bring up veterans. I don't ever see veterans. I don't ever hear people come on here. I served this country, and I don't see that. So, but what we did see that you fell into was the able-bodied young single mother with kids who decided that they want to take it on by themselves. But if you're going to take on the responsibility, you got to take on the responsibility. Kids, plural. Why are you having all these kids? And you ain't even go to school yet. You don't have nothing to be able to sustain yourself alone. It will be hard enough in this economy for you to be able to take care of yourself alone. So then what makes you think you get to have all these kids? And then you got more options than anybody. There's never been a time when there was more ways and forms of contraception for women to avoid having kids. You've got so many options. Boy, they ain't going to give men these many options. They need men to be able to slip up and so that they can get them wrapped and tied into the system in some way. I bet you the technology's out there where they can give a man a pill that he could take every day and avoid pregnancy, but they'll never come out with it. That would be a disaster as far as how they need to confine and constrain men. But you are privileged. You have all these ways to ensure that you don't have kids so that you can stay on your path and get to a sustainable place. And yet you say you have kids, plural. It's no excuse, ma'am. That was a decision. And you're going to have to figure that decision out, navigate it. And you still get stamps. I'm sure you do. You just don't get it to the proportion that you feel you deserve. And by the proportion that you feel you deserve, what I mean is you don't get it to the point to where it takes care of your entire life and where you depend on it. Newsflash. SNAP, which is the program, it stands for Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Supplemental. We know you ain't getting nothing nutritious. Assistance. So that means it's assisting you. You're not supposed to depend on it. Supplemental. That means it's supposed to add a little bit to what you should already be providing for yourself. So it's literally just that simple, ma'am. For the longest, people have been depending on it. So the program for all these decades has been under promising and over delivering. And I think that it still is. But now it's starting to get dialed back somewhat to where it should be. So you're going to have to do what you have to do. It's just that simple. Y'all, we'll leave it there. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. It only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype the video. Hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button and it shows the points. And since I am a smaller creator, a smaller channel, we actually get more points per hype. And that's because hype was designed for smaller channels. So if you come across a video and you don't see the hype button, then it's probably been over 7 days, and hype usually vanishes after 7 days. So it's usually best practice, if you want to hype, to just go ahead and hype while the iron's hot on a newer video. And then also, if you want to become a member of the channel as well, the join button's on the video. And what becoming a member of the DXU family will come with is you would get badges next to your comments where it shows people you are a member whenever you leave a comment, as well as you would get early access to content and also exclusive content that's not available for everyone else on YouTube. And then lastly, I started the Clips channel. It's Divine X Unbound Clips, and I will link it in the pinned comments. Again, we're trying to get that channel to 4,000 watch hours before February 1st, when the new YouTube monetization rules go into effect. So if you can click the link, or if you can search it up and subscribe over there, I'd greatly appreciate it. I post 3 times a day on that channel. So if you can subscribe again, that would help out a lot. But until then, I'll see you in the next video.